I found the wrapper of a schlong love glove in my wife's car, but it's not mine, and I don't have the courage to confront her about it. Original poster, u/Thrower12010. My wife and I have been together for about 10 years and married for 6. We have no kids now, but we were planning to start trying pretty much now. We are both very active, going to the gym, eating healthy, and are both in relatively great shape. My wife is gorgeous with a phenomenal body, but I would probably consider myself maybe a 5 or 6 out of 10 on the attractiveness scale. I realize that. But we have always had a really strong relationship. We started as great friends, realized we were just right for each other, and that developed into true romantic love and devotion. The intimacy was always fantastic. There were never any issues there with quality or frequency. I was washing my wife's car, as I do pretty often. In the course of cleaning the interior, I found an open, empty love glove wrapper under her passenger seat. We don't use protection since she has always been on birth control. I am driving myself insane with all the stories and scenarios running through my brain. She spends a lot of time at the gym working with weights and doing her cardio. Like, 3 hours, 4 days a week, so there are frequent times when we are apart. She has never given me a reason to suspect she has been unfaithful. I know I have to confront her, but I'm scared to death of what might be the truth. She is my world, and I can't imagine starting a family with anyone else. I'm afraid I'm going to break. What do I do and what do you think? Relevant comments. Comment 1. Dude. I'm sorry. I would wait until she comes home. Have a civil conversation with her in a neutral place, kitchen, patio. Let her know what you found. Ask her to see her phone. If she says no, you have your answer. If she admits to anything, it's entirely up to you on how you want to proceed. If she lies to you and you find anything out, walk away. She not only cheated on you, but she was okay with lying, and definitely continuing it. Comment 2. Trust me when I say this, and this comes from experience. Even someone who seems like the perfect, most loving, and loyal partner can end up being a cheater. Some people just know exactly how they are supposed to behave when in person but do whatever they want for themselves the second you are out of sight or unaware. Update 1. Wow. You all are amazing. I am so touched by the DMs and heartfelt responses. I had no idea I would get so many responses so quickly. I wanted to add some details to save me from having to reply to all the common comments. My wife has never given me a reason to think she has cheated before this. She has always been loving and affectionate, and we were looking forward to starting a family very soon. Some have speculated that kids coming soon may have led her to one last fling? I don't know. Possibly? We are an open book to each other, with our finances pretty much entirely tied up as one. She comes from a pretty upper middle class background. Her parents are very comfortable. I come from a home where my parents were fighting their own demons, and so I didn't get a lot of attention growing up. Not a criticism, it was easy to get lost in the shuffle of my parents' problems. We are cordial but not super close. I am way closer to her family, and I love her mom, dad, and younger sister. Financially, we are fine. Together we make about $150,000 per year. She makes $60,000 as a law firm assistant, and I make $90,000 as an auto technician. We own a house together that we were able to purchase with a down payment from her family. If worst comes to worst, I have no interest in fighting for that money. It is theirs, and they can have it back if we end up selling the house. Some have commented about the amount of time she is at the gym. We go to separate gyms. She gets off work at 4 and goes straight to the gym where she does a class, then works out with weights and the cardio on the treadmill. I was never suspicious of the time she spends there. By the time she gets home, I am already there, and she jumps directly in the shower, then we make dinner together and hang out. As far as a lawyer or an investigator, there's no way I could do that in secret with the way we manage our finances, so that's out for now. Someone explained to me how to get detailed phone records from Visible, so that's my next step. I will get the records when I have some time to myself and see if there is a number that she's in contact with a lot that I don't recognize. I'll try to figure out where to go from there and let you all know. Update 2. Lots of folks asked for an update. Not a whole lot to say, but things are getting interesting. I am shaking as I post this. Thanks to everyone in the comments and the DMs for the empathy and well wishes. A lot of good tips and advice too. Man, I would hate to piss some of you off. Some of you are vindictive. First off, I found a wrapper, not an actual used Johnny, so the suggestion of DNA testing was not useful. And thanks to the person who commented with the information about getting detailed phone records from Visible. Today at work during some break time, I requested a download of the phone records, but it says the request could take up to 45 days. I can't wait that long. I also drove by her work on my lunch break. I don't know why or what I expected, but her car was there as it normally is. Lots of good advice to track her, get a VAR, look at her phone without her knowing, hire an investigator, a lawyer, etc. I can't deal with this. I am taking the advice a lot of you had, and I'm just going to confront her today when she gets home. As some of you suggested, I plan to just put the condom wrapper on the table in plain sight and watch her body language. I am so scared and nervous I am almost pissing my pants. I am really starting to expect the worst. For me, If she cheated, there is zero chance we will stay married. Zero. I don't care what excuses or reasons or whatever she has, I am 100% done. No therapy, no counseling, nothing. I can't believe I am saying this. It makes it seem real. I can't imagine her being intimate with some other guy, or guys. That's an image I could never get out of my head for the rest of my life. As far as assets, we don't have a lot. We have a pretty nice house that her dad helped us pay for. I'm happy to let her have it with my fair share and paying back her father. Otherwise, it's just stuff like 2 cars, some furniture, and some decent savings that we have both contributed to, so I'm willing to split 50-50. The thought of divorce is burning a pit in my gut. I'll post again after I confront her. Either way, I think this thing comes to a conclusion tonight. Relevant comment. If you find out the worst tonight when you talk to her, you get up and walk away. Walk out your front door, get in your car, and drive down to a local parking lot or park until you are completely calm and all of your emotions are in check. If it takes you 2 days to calm down, then take the 2 days. Do not go back in a rage. Things have a way of escalating and situations have a way of getting out of control. Your only priority during that conversation is staying calm. Let us know how it goes. We are all pulling for you and hoping it's a terrible misunderstanding. Update 3. Okay. Instead of sitting here pissing my pants, I wanted to just say a few more things to keep busy. I'm sitting here trying to find any reason to doubt her. Dashcam. Yes, I've checked the dashcam footage. Nothing suspicious or out of the ordinary. Commutes to work, the gym, and home. Maybe a stop or two for typical errands, grocery store, cleaners. Zero suspicious activity. But she knows there's a dashcam too, so who knows? Maybe she's just being really careful. Our current relationship state, as far as I know, it's really strong. She comes home, we share a glass of wine while making dinner together, talk about our day, cuddle on the couch if we watch a show. From the outside, it's what anyone would envy. There's no sense of distance, no hiding of her phone, and no drop-off in intimacy, which has always been and still is great. Her gym time, with how much she does, it's reasonable for her to spend 2 to 3 hours at the gym. I've gone with her and seen her work out. It's extensive, and her body shows it. I am so proud of how great she looks, how she takes such good care of herself, encourages me, and cares about our health. I've never been suspicious about it, maybe foolishly. Yes, she comes home and showers right away, but she's usually sweaty and feels gross. She doesn't avoid me when she walks in. Typically, she'll greet me with a kiss on the lips, then go hit the shower. If she were having intimacy with a side piece, I think she'd be more discreet. We spend almost all our time together on the weekends, go for a jog, date nights, happy hour with friends, dinners with family, etc. She has a lot of girlfriends from work, and they go out for a girls' night maybe once every 2 months. But again, nothing suspicious. I see the credit card charges, so I don't believe she's hiding anything. Plus, her girlfriends are all awesome, and I love hanging out with them and their husbands are BFs. I'm torn and getting nervous about talking to her tonight, but I've got to get this over with. Update 4. This should be my final post on this topic. I took a lot of your advice and decided to just confront her tonight. Sorry for the length, but it was a lot. My wife came home from the gym around 6:45 as usual. I was sitting at the kitchen table alone. She came over, said hi, kissed me on the lips, and went off to take a shower like she always does. Not gonna lie, when she came over to kiss me, I inhaled deeply, trying to detect any evidence of man scents, cologne, soap, deodorant, sweat, anything. I got nothing. As she showered, I sat there as a ball of anxiety, damn near chickening out. She got out of the shower and came into the kitchen with wet hair, in sweats and a t-shirt, looking beautiful as always. She sat down, expecting our usual chat about the day, but she immediately sensed something was wrong. She asked, "What's up?" I was shaking and so nervous, you can't imagine. I asked, "Have you lent your car to anyone recently?" She said no. "Have you had any passengers in your car the last few weeks?" She thought for a second and said no. I asked, "Has anyone besides you or me been in your car the last few weeks?" She responded, "No." What the hell is going on? I asked to see her phone. She gave me a strange look, then said okay and slid her phone across the table with no hesitation, asking, "What the heck is going on?" I didn't touch her phone. Instead, I took the wrapper out of my pocket and set it on the table. She looked at it with no real visible reaction. I didn't say a word. After a few seconds, she asked, "What the hell is that?" I replied, "It's a condom wrapper." She said, "It's obviously a condom wrapper. What the flip is a condom wrapper doing on our kitchen table?" She was starting to get annoyed. She was either a really good actor or sincerely had no idea what was going on. I told her I found it under her car seat while cleaning her car. She looked honestly dumbfounded. She said she had no idea how it got there and seemed sincere, growing more concerned. She asked if I thought it was hers. I said, "I'm not sure, is it?" She said, "You have got to be kidding me. You seriously think I'm flipping around on you? Are you crazy? What the hell is wrong with you?" She took her phone, waved it at me, and said, "Here. Please. Look at my phone." Call my sister, who she shares everything with, call any of my friends. I'm not sure what you want me to say. We sat in uncomfortable silence for a minute or two. I didn't take my eyes off her, looking for any sign, like a tear. I asked, what would you think if the roles were reversed? She admitted she'd probably be suspicious but would give me the benefit of the doubt. She went through each day from the past couple of weeks, detailing where she went, who she was with, what she was doing, trying to find any explanation. She finally remembered an after-work thing they did for a friend, a baby shower kind of thing at a restaurant. One of her coworkers was invited but couldn't go, so she asked my wife to take her gifts to the party. My wife agreed, and they walked down to my wife's car to put the gifts in. The car she drives, an Infiniti Q60, has a tiny back seat with ridiculously difficult access. While putting the gifts in, her friend spilled her purse all over the floor behind the passenger seat. That was the only possible explanation she could think of. She insisted we call the friend right then and there, and she did. She put her friend on speakerphone and asked if she remembered spilling her purse. The friend answered yes. My wife asked if she was sure she picked everything up off the floor, and her friend responded, I think so. Why? My wife then seriously asked, do you and your boyfriend use condoms? Her friend chuckled and said, yes. My wife asked what brand, and she replied, Trojans. Same size, too. My wife looked me straight in the eyes and asked, when you dumped your purse in my car, is there a chance there were condoms in it? Her friend said, yes, it's not unusual for me to have condoms in my purse. Why? My wife told her about the wrapper, and her friend replied she didn't know why an empty wrapper would be in her purse but admitted it was certainly possible. My wife hung up, looked at me, and asked if I still wanted to go through her phone. I declined, and she asked, mystery solved? I started crying. I was crying because I was so relieved. I was crying because I am married to the most awesome woman in the world, who loves me more than anything. And I was crying because I felt racked with guilt for thinking she might be cheating. I felt miserable for how I must have made her feel. My incredible wife took it all in stride. She hit me with her dish towel and said, Jesus Christ. I cannot believe you thought I would cheat on you. But she admitted she'd probably feel the same in my shoes. She even laughed a little, saying it was kind of cute that I was so jealous and nervous about asking her. We decided to have our glass of wine and go out for dinner. At dinner, we talked about how excited we were to start trying for a baby. I am 100,000% sure she's telling the truth. I know her. I know her like nobody else. I know her body language, her voice, and how it sounds when she's stressed or hiding something. There was none of that. I hope none of you have to go through this, but thanks for all the well wishes. I'll probably let my wife read this thread at some point, but not while it's still so fresh. Plus, she'll probably rib me for going online for advice. She's not necessarily a fan. Ha ha. So all is good. Really, really good. Have a great life, everyone.